We got that semi off at 1034. We put it in the back tank and the mid tank. And he had about, let me think here, 4,700 gallon on, I believe. Between 46 and 4,700. So we put 45 in the back two tanks. And then we blew the rest in the front tank. And then I moved the tender trailer up. We got Bob's little truck. This won't leave the yard. Just storage at the moment. Put my truck back on the tender. Then I just pulled the tender up and put about 800 gallon of starter on it. Emptied the front tank and then pulled the rest out of the back. Now we got a semi coming in the morning with 32. So we'll either blow it in the 3,000 gallon tank and then put the rest of it on the tender, or we can blow it in this one, the front trailer, and the 3,000 over there. If we put 3,000 over there, it'll only leave about 1,700 in this front tank, and then we'll suck it off immediately and put it on that semi anyway. I didn't really show you guys the other day what I was goofing with. That's what I ended up with to plumb that center tank in. Just threw a ball valve on and cut my line, put a T, pretty simple stuff. But those two, as I've stated numerous times, run together. So now we can fill or suck out of them in a timely fashion. And anyway, on this one, if we leave the house with the sprayer full and this trailer is completely full, we can do about 160 acres on the corn ground. And our farthest field is 159 acres way over east. So that's what we're trying to do. We've got 550 in the top tank, 250 in that tank, and then I just blew 30 gallon in the inductor just for extra, because you never can get those tanks completely empty. So I'm putting 6 gallon of starter on. That should be enough for 160, and then 1250 will be 32, 1100, and 1550. And then, like I said, the sprayer will go to the field full. So with this clear full and the sprayer full when we go, we should be able to hit that field, get it finished, drop the sprayer back off southeast of town to our next farthest field. It's 134 acres. And then we'll come up and reload this, and I don't know, I think 126. I'll have to do some calculating. I think 126 is all we can do with just the trailer. So we might be a little short there. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Well, my wife's been researching these for some time. I guess about a year. And we finally pulled the trigger and bought one. It's the Harvest Right. It's the large in the white, as you can see. And we went down the other day to our local dealer, and they had a black one on that was a medium. They only had one medium, and it was a black one on the shelf. Well, Lisa wanted a white, but they said they'd take 15% off if we would take the one off the shelf. So we decided that was a pretty good deal. We told them we'd take it, and they couldn't find a pump for it. I don't know what that is. Missing screws, Lisa?
Looks like it.
Yeah, we're starting off good. So anyway, we went down and they couldn't find a pump, as I said. So after 2 days of hunting for the pump, they said, well, they couldn't find a pump. I said, well, just give us a big one for the same 15% off. They said they would do that. So when we went down to get it last night, they told me they'd found a pump for the shelf model. I told them we kind of had our heart set on the big one now. So they said they would honor what they said, and they gave us this one for 15% off, which still makes them pretty pricey. Harvest Aid freeze dryer, 6 tray, large as I said.
Right.
I'm sorry, Harvest Right freeze dryer. This one supposedly will freeze dry 5,000 pounds of food a year, which we know that's probably absolutely optimum.
Keeping it running.
Yeah, you're going to keep it running all the time, I'm sure, to make that. But we have a lot of garden stuff that we give away, and we'll still give stuff away, but this way we can have zucchini in the middle of the winter and don't have to buy it. And eggs. As you guys have seen my chicks, we always have lots of eggs. And this way we can freeze dry egg powder. Freeze dry anything pretty much, I think. So pretty excited to get this. We'll get it up and running, and I'm sure we'll show you some goodies that Lisa's freeze dried at some point. Alright, I just stopped in quick to show her fancy purchase. I wish I had money. She seems to have all the money. She's got all the money. Farm's broke, but she comes up with toys. Later, guys. What'd you say, Bob, this was Anna did? For what project?
FCCLA.
FCCLA? Yeah. So my niece and Bob built this for FCCLA. And Bob had a little calf yesterday. It was cold, so he's having to bottle him. She did a pretty good job. I think Bob said she got third in state or something. Another good use for the V-Vort heater. Plumbed it into the 2-inch. It's pumping heat in there. It's good and warm. He's been in there since yesterday evening, so see if we can get him warmed up. I got my helper this afternoon. Are you helping me? Are you helping? Anyway, this is the 4640 the project Bob's working on. He's got it gutted. We needed I think they said 12 hours before and 12 hours after when we put the kit in of 60 degrees plus, and we don't have that. So we kind of put a halt on it, and we will probably be spreading some fertilizer on some corn ground this afternoon. Got pretty cold, I think 26 last night. It's the same morning that, hang on just a minute. Yeah, back. I was trying to wipe that camera off. Same morning I just showed you that calf. What Bob calls calf saver, and I should say. And get a guy out of a tractor here. You want out? No? Here, I'll help you. Alright. Yeah, I'll get you down. There you go. Stay away from that heat. So anyway, he's been down here looking at the baby calf. He was pretty fascinated with the little calf. Anyway, I'm just going to show you that 46 is gutted on the interior. Get it put back together before we start planting corn. Got a little bit of time, but I don't know if any of you guys, well, I'm sure some of you have put kits in, but they kind of failed to mention you have to take the hydraulics that are up in here for the seat. You got to take that all off. Then you got to take a hose that's on top of the transmission that goes over the accumulator. You have to pull the accumulator off and plug 2 lines. They didn't send the plugs. It says it's in the kit, but there was no plugs in our kit. Then you have to plug off these 2 lines that were attached to the cylinder. Box plugged. I got the line pulled off the tranny. I've got those 2 lines ready to plug, but I had to order a couple plugs. Alright, I got a grandson looking for Papa here. Probably not going to see too much. It's about 6:40 on Thursday evening. We didn't get our load of fertilizer in until 5:35. So we loaded Bob, sent him up to the North 80 with the sprayer loaded. We got the tender loaded, and yeah, we're headed up there now. We got a little bit of sleet, drizzly mist, so said, so that's kind of put us in a bind. We can only hold 2 semi-loads easily, and we got to get this semi run off because we got 2 semis coming tomorrow. So I'll bring it back. Alright, we got up and running. As you can see on the window, it's raining or drizzling. Not raining. Cold. Shit, it's cold. We got about a 20-mile-an-hour south wind.
I definitely got a couple nozzles when I slow down that ain't spraying.
Yeah, we're not holding enough pressure. We can go back to them white ones. Bob said he's having trouble holding pressure. Got a couple nozzles not kicking on right. And we're running them great big black tips. We may have to go back to the white tips and let it run more pressure. Not ideal, as cold as it is, and we're just probably pushing too hard. Alright, not much to see, fellas. If we get loading, I might holler back. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Oops, sorry about that. Alright, just got the second load loaded. We came up with a load on it, sprayed it off, 32.9 acres, and we were shooting for 33.3. Can't beat that. It was snowing a minute ago. I didn't have my phone, and you get fertilizer on your gloves. You can't take your gloves off to get your phone, but it was snowing pretty hard a few minutes ago. It's cold. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't know what it is, but I guarantee it's below freezing. Alright, not a lot to see. We'll let him get moving. Back at the house, reloading out of the tanker. Bob had about 12 acres left on that 80. I left out early as soon as I got him loaded. Came back to get another jag. Yeah, looks like we're getting close to full on that tank. I sure like them ion lights. Kind of pricey, but they work pretty good. Look fine up there. We'll run this 1250 up. Alright, bring it back. It's the next morning, fellas. We did 160 acres last night on that fertilizer. Got that semi-load off. This guy's still alive. Well, say he's taking a bottle good. Obviously he's not in great shape or he wouldn't be in the shed. But he is still alive. Pretty good heat coming out of there. This is quite a setup, I'm going to tell you again. Pretty good deal. Save that one's life for sure. Alright, I don't know exactly what the plan is. We're waiting on fertilizer. We're out. So, I guess we'll see what happens. Well, it's pretty out at least. It's a little chilly, but this is a new quarter that we picked up this year. It had cotton on it. We're putting chemical on, or not chemical, I'm sorry. We're putting fertilizer down for corn. It's full quarter here. And we're gonna get her lined out for cotton. So anyway, got a guy here that didn't make it. Must have ate too much cotton. Had a little trouble with our pumps today. I don't know. I haven't had any trouble with those Predator motors. I know they're cheap, Chinese, but they've copied Honda well. And this one's wanting to surge and kind of miss out a little bit. Well, I took the sediment bowl off and cleaned it, and it's brand new. And it didn't seem to help much, but it runs fine the first 700 gallons, so immediately I thought venting. I took the gas cap off and let it sit a minute while it ran, took it off. Shoot, then it run fine. So I guess we're not venting. I may have to take that vent off the top of the tank, but anyway. All right, guys. So I just thought it was pretty out, and I'd yell at you a minute. We're gonna try to get this quarter done. We didn't get fertilizer until 3:30, probably, when the truck showed up. They're busy. I get it. Got another truck. It's about 10 minutes from the house. He's the kid that's brought us 3 loads. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 loads already. Pretty sharp kid. I like him. We explained to him how to unload onto the other tender, and he's going to have to drop 3,000 gallon in that tank that's in the yard there. So we'll get that semi-load off there. When we quit tonight, front tank will be empty, sprayer will be empty. We've got another semi coming Monday, but it's supposed to be really windy tomorrow and Sunday. Probably won't even stream, but if we can at some point this weekend, we can easily pull that liquid out of the yard and load this in the sprayer. If not, we'll leave these 2 empty, and we will catch them on Monday's semi. But we got a pretty good chance starting Wednesday night of some rain, so we'd like to get it done before then, which wouldn't be a problem other than Bob runs the truck during the week, so he owns his own business. So anyway, it's kind of hit and miss when there's something drug him from here. Drug him over there, maybe, I suppose. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So we kind of have to work around some of Bob's schedule, but if that wasn't the case, it would be an easy deal. It is what it is. All right, fellas, I'm just gonna drop a few minutes here and tell you it was better as been. It's cold, but we don't have a lot of wind, and without the wind, it's doable. Must be a ditch there. He's a little crooked. Never been on this quarter, either one of us. He said there's a lot of finger ditches up in this corner, back up in here. So, corn on it. We'll put wheat on after that. And then when the wheat comes off, that sounds like we're going to have to do some dirt work. All right, guys. Later. Loading this morning. Truck showed up last night. I think I told you we had no one coming. Good kid. He offloaded by himself in the black tank, filled the tender. Bob's loading the sprayer out of the tender now. And I'm sucking this one off. I'll finish the tender off onto the tanker, and we'll get rolling. About a little after 6 this morning. See if we can get her done. Trying to beat some wind. Showed you guys loading this morning. It's about 8:30 now. We're almost done with this quarter. I'm about to get it knocked out. Got down here and run into a little bit of a problem. That's not as much as it looks like. I just unhooked the hose from the sprayer and hit that valve. But anyway, so up underneath this tanker, I pulled in and it was a slow, I don't say a run, but more than a drip. And Bob crawled under there and he said there's a damn pipe nipple off the back of the tank. It's got threads on it, but there's no cap, and it's not wide open. I mean, so the cap didn't fall off. I don't know what happened. So anyway, he crawled under there, took his pair of gloves, ingenuity, took his pair of gloves and wadded up on it and put a hose clamp on it. So anyway, we got the leak stopped, but my thought was at the time, sprayer was empty, and we only have about, I don't know if there's 1,000 gallon in that back tank of that starter or not, but we were going to blow it onto the sprayer if we had to, and then take it to the house. But anyway, we did get it stopped, and always something. But anyway, that's the last tank on this quarter. Then we've got another 53 acres, 3 or 4 miles from here. We're going to try to get it knocked out. Call it a day. Going to get windy. Left the lights on this. I left the full-blown lights on, not just the park lights. Alright, guys. I got both the boys, both the grandsons. Careful, guys. What are you doing?
What?
You want me to roll the window down a little? We're trying to decide who's the boss here. Avery's 2 in the blue, and Carter's 3 in the green. But I think Avery outweighs him by about 5 pounds, maybe more. We're just eating snacks. We quit putting fertilizer down. Bob had a archery tournament for his kids out Pratt, and it got pretty windy. It was just time to tell Bob there was too many reasons to shut down, so we shut down. And we're watching these two. Hey guys, be careful. So anyway, I guess I'll just keep track of these two. Those are Carter's, Avery. If Carter wants to share, he can. Avery, come here, Avery. Come over here, Avery. All right, we're fixing to have troubles.